sorry, Danielle, but I am taking that spot right now. When I say best friend, I mean like best friend. I mean 25 years, and when you're like 30 years old, that's an accomplishment, right? Yes. So I mean, we know actually. Well, okay, me, Katrina, and Danielle have all known each other for 25 years, and that's been really, really awesome. So when I think about you, Katrina, my thoughts build a strong, witty, obviously beautiful, smart, and trustworthy woman. When I need some real answers, you are definitely the friend I trust with doing the research. We all have that like one friend that does the research, because you know some people just be making shit up. And that's not cool. So thank you for that. The memories we have, I've heard a lot of Chad's memories, and I will let you know that Katrina has a lot of those stories too, but you know, girl code. We'll keep those. Maybe Danielle will have some for you. But we had a lot of sleepovers. I had the strict parents, and Katrina did not. So I spent a lot of time at her house. And those were the fun sleepovers. We played CYO, so volleyball, basketball, and then one year we thought we could coach CYO, and that didn't, I don't know why we thought we could put those poor kids through that, but we tried. We grew pretty much through our super awkward teenage years, the ones where we thought blue eyeshadow at prom were cool, and way before we knew how important good eyebrows were. You've always been a great friend, and I've watched you grow into a really supportive and loving partner to Chad, and a really nurturing and protective mother to Kaya. So as we continue to grow, I want to thank you for sharing this special day with me. And I look at me, you, and Danielle, and I can really just hear your dad right now saying like, "Look at my pretty girls," because that's how he would say it in this really like cute, cheesy voice. And I know that he's just so proud of you, and I can really, I mean, there's no better night for him to look down on than right now. And I can feel him here. So Chad, you've been good to my friend. Through the years, I've been able to get to know you. I've spent a lot of time at your house. So thank you for giving me and Katrina the girl time alone while you're at work. You've been really supportive through the tough times and really loving and fun through the good times. Your hard work and dedication to providing for your family goes unmatched. And when I think about the kind of guy I would want for one of my best friends, you would be it. Although I've heard a lot of things tonight. But all funny stories. So moving forward, I wish you both a lifetime of happiness with lots of laughs and lots of love. And a couple words from one married person to another. So welcome to the club. Remember that loving someone and making them feel loved are two different things, but equally important. Be patient and understanding through the rough times, and grateful and humble through the high times. There's no better way to break the times of anger and frustration than with laughter. And of course, the golden rule, a happy wife is a happy life. Remember that a lifetime brings a long road ahead, but when you've picked the right person, it's really an amazing journey. So thank you guys for sharing this night with us, and I wish you all the happiness.
Thank you, Rosanna. Osman. Let's go, Oz.
Guys, can we get a round of applause for how good Katrina looks tonight? Chad, you look pretty good too. So, I have known Chad for 15 years, and miraculously, I'm still standing here today. And I was trying to think about how do I really summarize these past 15 years of friendship, and I came up with a trilogy. And it's a 3-chapter trilogy. It's the bad Chad, the rad Chad, and the dad Chad. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of these three. So let's start with Bad Chad. Bad Chad was this skater-looking kid, weird, questionable, moppy-looking hairstyle with this like peach fuzz kind of goatee going on in high school. I was an overweight kid, but I hit it well. And we both like cars, so naturally we became very good friends. And during this friendship, we got into a lot of shenanigans. Some of them have been talked about already. Others included getting burgers at Jack in the Box at 2 a.m. Nobody knew about this other than the two of us.
I know.
Okay, never mind. Sue, you're very insightful. Another one, which Sue is also very familiar with, was stealing Christmas ornaments from neighbors' lawns and putting them in Sue's yard for all the neighbors to see as they drove to work. Chad somehow always knew about the latest construction sites because we'd end up there to tip the porta potties over late at night. And a variety of illegal car-related activities. Somehow I was always the one that got the ticket and he'd end up at home in bed. Sue, thank you very much for sacrificing a lot of your cars to our shenanigans in high school. I'm sure a lot of parents can kind of relate to this. But one thing I realized in all of this was that no matter how crazy things got, Chad always had this very even head on his shoulders, and no matter how scary something was, I always actually felt safe around him, and only years later would I realize he was actually just as scared, if not more scared than I was. So Katrina, you're lucky in that Chad's able to do that. Which brings me to chapter 2. Chapter 2 is Rad Chad. Rad Chad was AKA Hollywood Chad. This was the Hollywood years, the LA years of Chad, and I think Rahul stole a little bit of my thunder with the Ed Hardy jokes, but I don't need to say more than Ed Hardy. Gone was that skater look, in came the gelled designer clothes. Chad made it very obvious to me every time I visited him that people thought he was a doppelganger for Leonardo DiCaprio. I went many years actually just thinking this guy's way too full of himself until one night we were sitting at a diner together and a girl came up and asked, "Are you actually, were you just filming a video?" And we were like, yeah. And she's like, "What's his name?" I'm like, "Oh, this is Leo." She proceeded to take a few photos of him. This pre-Instagram phase. And don't worry, Katrina, she wasn't a threat, so no worries there. And honestly, this was the guy that Katrina met after the bad fashion decisions. He had kind of figured out his routine, and Katrina, I think, he was extremely persistent, and no matter what he wanted, he was always able to find a way to get it. And I think during this phase, he was able to kind of realize what he wanted in a woman, and he was able to find that in you, Katrina. So somehow, I don't know how he convinced you to spend a bunch of time with him, but it apparently worked. It wasn't the Ed Hardy shirts, it was something else. And I got to know Katrina over this time. And over the years, it's been an extreme blast. We had a great time at Coachella together, and that was kind of the first time that I really saw that Katrina's actually somebody that makes my friend extremely happy. And she's an extremely beautiful and supportive individual, and most importantly, I remember thinking, hey, as a single guy, maybe she can introduce me to some of her friends as well. But this has yet to happen, and I don't know if it ever will. I don't know if it'll ever happen with any women, but maybe Katrina, I don't know if you're going to help me either. So we'll see what we can do in the coming years. And that awkwardly brings me to chapter 3, which is Dad Chad. And I think Dad Chad's a special individual. He's kind of shed all of these shenanigans that he's had over the years and held on to really the best parts of what's made Chad Chad. He's kind of a rock for whatever he does. I think Dexter said this earlier. He brings people together, and I think he's really been able to bring his family together in the recent years. T-shirt or no T-shirt, Ed Hardy shirt or no Ed Hardy shirt. I think you're able to do this. He gets a little bit of danger in there as well. My family is kind of, unfortunately they weren't able to make it today, but we've been watching from afar on Instagram kind of how Kaya's been growing up. My mom's a huge fan. And I showed her a video of Chad on a longboard with Kaya between his legs. And I was like, okay, Kaya's going to grow up a daredevil as well. Katrina was in the video as well, so I knew she approved of this message. Chad's purpose and commitment to his family while being able to maintain a really lighthearted and fun demeanor has been just something that's been amazing to see over the years. Katrina, it's been amazing to get to know you as well. I'm so excited to kind of see how this progresses, and I'm extremely excited to hopefully be a part of Kaya's life. I want to maybe teach her how to drive a little bit faster than the speed limit when that time comes. But I'll be very safe, I swear. It's not going to be bad. But I love you too. I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to nothing but the best going forward. So if we could get a toast for the bride and the groom. Guys.